like, you don't gotta be married to the person you have kids with. You could just be like a good friend of yours. Y'all have kids together. Y'all still got that friendship bond and just help each other with the baby sometimes.
How much of a role are entertainers, rappers, actors play in detriment of our position?
Music and film and images control the cultural movement of a people and a nation. The image, the music, the dress code, the fashion, all of it controls and manipulates the mind of the people. As soon as they lock into it, you are writing on them what to do. It's a very deep subconscious thing.
I'm trying to get my coochie scratched. I'm trying to get my coochie scratched. Everybody always be saying, what do you mean when you say you're trying to get your coochie scratched? What you saying? He's scratching my itch, like it feels good to my coochie. You know what I'm saying? That's what scratch means.
Like I'm Young Miami. I love when a nigga me.
With my mug on me.
On me, my mouth. Let me on his mouth. Let me your mouth in your face.
She belongs to the streets.
Sukihana, she brings people in her energy that is foul. She invites this on herself.
This degeneracy, this debauchery, this, objectification of women, the sexualization of young girls is being pushed.
Twerking on your baby daddy, he finna lick my booty, my wet. I need a penny line. That old bitch, oh, you know it's wet. Never heard that my wet. I did and I throw it back.
Other people who are young women listening to this content, singing these lyrics thinking it's cool, you get a sexy red when you normalize that behavior.
Finna shake this, cause my bills is due. I'm Kayla man and I'm Kiki's too.
What she is saying in her music is no different than what any other female rapper is saying. They're all objectifying themselves. They all talk about themselves like prostitutes. They all basically are only talking about their vagina lips and who got the wetter.
So the responsibility of the artist is, again, you're not doing it for yourself. You're not going to a whole packed out stadium to perform for you. You don't even realize sometimes how influential you are as an artist. You don't even think you're that important. Artist is the most dangerous person on the planet.
Yeah.
The most dangerous. That's why the enemy is so heavily invested in making sure you controlled and contained.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
The first thing I learned in business school was perception is reality when you're dealing with folks. The perception of your company, the perception of yourself, the perception of your intent is reality. Whether you want to believe it or not, you could sit here and say what I do does not affect the entire company, but it's absolutely untrue. And believe it or not, our generation, we are involved in this company because the company we are keeping, the company we are endorsing is showing negativity. And this is what we're fighting against. I get it in the comments all the time. What are you folks doing? Oh, you're just corny. You're just old fuddy-duddies. Oh, you were tearing up back in the day. And I say it repeatedly over and over again. But the image is personified far more than it was back in the day.
You got kids?
I don't have any yet. I gotta find a wife, yeah.
A wife. So you ain't on a wife to have some kids?
I guess I could just get a baby mama, but do you think it's a better way to do it? If
you want to get it over, like, you don't got to be married to the person you have kids with.
Why is it that the cry today is don't get married, hang loose, and the laws are going to take care of those philosophies? But it's all, that's really what it is. It's American going to take us to a death stage because children are involved. What's more important than that man and woman's relationship is when they lay down with each other at night spiritually and physically communicate their bodies with and become one. And that life comes from that moment.
I don't know, it could just be like a good friend of yours. Y'all have kids together. Y'all still got that friendship bond and just help each other with the baby sometimes. Wife with a kid is not bad, but it's not bad also if you was to have a kid with somebody that you in love with or something. That ain't bad.
If that man and that woman does not have their life and their philosophies intact, that child is going to suffer. So he'll grow up at 21 and come in your house, Jay, where you and your wife is communicating and blow your damn brains out, brother.
When children look at it, they see it, they start walking the same way, talking the same way, rapping the same way, carrying them Dracos the same way, putting them ski masks the same way. Because the dude who they look up to is doing that. He did that, he's making that much money, dang. So in order for me to make that much money, I need to do that. It's very simple. How the mind works. It operates as pictures. It's real simple. So the responsibility
and you know
of the
you're polite
artist.
savages. Sometimes you get what you pay for, and you get what you ask for. So you got to watch what you ask for. Because my whole life I was told it was a patriarchy. Oh yeah, the patriarchy, they push women down to servitude. The patriarchy sexually exploited women. The patriarchy financially exploited women. But you fast forward to 2023, and you go on and look at X, which is Tumblr 2.0. And it's not the patriarchy putting these ads up, ladies. It's y'all. Every lady of every race, every size that we can be found. All races and sizes can be found with that OnlyHams. They can be found with that sugar baby site. They can be found with that rendezvous information and prices per se rendezvous. So is this a man doing this, or is that you? See, it's not the patriarchy who put you on that site. It's you. It's not the patriarchy who told you to exploit yourself. It's you. It's not the patriarchy that told you to shake what your mama gave you so you can get that money. It was you, because you have control over yourself. No man's telling you to do that. And if he is, he going straight to jail. See, you've become what you've despised, and what you put on men is now you.
If y'all women want to run around and sexually objectify yourself and brag about STDs and brag about having raw sex and bragging about your abortions and brag about how good you could twerk on a and how you for money like a prostitute, go ahead. I'm not mad at y'all. But later on, when y'all want to have real qualitative conversations why certain groups of people are the least married and the biggest percentage of single moms and this and we shouldn't be that surprised. This is what's been pushed.
I do not represent y'all. Y'all represent yourself. I am not y'all representation. Y'all already was a mess. No, stop blaming me for y'all being looking a fool or looking bad. All y'all been looking bad already. I am not the reason that y'all look bad. I do not represent y'all. Y'all represent yourself. I am not your representation. Sukihana is not nobody's representation.
She's an insane woman who's allowed to grow in society, but her growth in society is bringing society and herself down.
But what do you say to them that say she's a terrible representation for black women? Stop posting her. She's disgusting.
Whatever you heard about me is the truth. People like to put a lot of expectations on me. I'm a hood girl. I'm trying to get my teeth stretched. I'm trying to get my teeth stretched and eat a we be eating yesterday in London.
Sukihana, again, shut up. You sit here and you take up for Brittany Renner saying that things about body count, people should worry about their own self. Worry about your own self. You are sitting here saying the most disgusting things, and every time you go somewhere, you embarrass yourself. You embarrass us. You won't stop taking L's.
Music by women these days are supremely objectifying. They all send the same message to young women following it. Don't get mad when you see the very worst representations of that same image and that same ideology that's being pushed in your very face.
Hip-hop culture is influential and impactful to the overall Western society, but it merges right into adult entertainment, the spicy entertainment industry that used to be behind paywalls and a gate-kept industry. With the internet, with social media like Instagram, Twitter, or now appropriately called X, Only Yam Yams, the Prawn Hub, and its affiliated sites, the average woman can now promote herself across various platforms to make money off of her sexuality, from the softcore to the hardcore, or even to use her beauty to grow a social media following to then monetize off of that and her army of e-sims. It is simply understood that women have an inherent value and an inherent commodity to be able to monetize their body in many different ways. This now has intersected and merged with mainstream pop culture, with the adult spicy entertainment industry, combining it with the social media, where the women are winning and have more leverage than ever. But are they really winning?
I've been completely naked on a video before and have girls just really not understand the art and the beauty of being a naked black woman under the sun by a pool. There's a lot of jealousy and a lot of misunderstanding going on about the sexuality, especially of the black woman. I think that and a lot of times it's been made to seem dirty or hoish, or you can't do this, you can't do that. I use my sexuality 100% all the time, every day of the year. We're shunned, or we're made to feel like we're doing something wrong because we use what we have.
The ladies, from a variety of colors, shapes, sizes, philosophies, ethnicities, and races. These women sell themselves online to the highest bidder. They use their sexuality, their femininity to grow their following and increase their revenue, aka getting the bag. And honestly, good for them. I get the indirect benefit of that myself, so I'm not even hating that much. Go ahead and show yourself as much as you can, as you want, but you cannot be running away when men perceive you a certain way, where you get into your feelings and offended by what men truly think. But ladies, putting your bare parts all out into the world, do you really seriously think it will not have any kind of mental toll on you? Or how you are perceived socially by your peers, by your family, by your friends, by the people trying to get to know you, by your prospective partners and potentially future husbands? Let's be real about this, ladies. Whether you're the good ones or the bad ones or somewhere in between, you want the option to be able to express your sexuality, your sensuality without any shame or guilt or disgust by men or society. But with every action comes a reaction. Be prepared for how men, women, and society will perceive you.
A lawless society, or a society whose laws are created by the corporation, it's gonna be chaos like it
already is.
It's bound for destruction.
Women are the Trojan horse. They are the back door that this community used to be able to do this. Because black women, white women, all turned against the men and their races to protect these activities.
When you want to infiltrate the enemy, the best way is to go through the weakest link.
And that is the top, middle, and bottom line of this whole situation. You see that public image? Nobody can make you portray yourself as a certain way. You have to choose to do it. Nobody can make you exploit yourself publicly. You have to choose to do it because there's help out there if you are being exploited.
Women want more power, more freedom, while at the same time, these record companies, the media, want to profit and exploit you women. Is the slow disintegration and destruction of modern Western society. There'll be less families, less babies, less economic growth, less world power, and in effect, less individual power for you. Because if you don't have a family, if you don't have a child, if you do not have a husband or someone to look after you, and if the world is starting to crumble around you, then maybe you'll understand what us men have been trying to tell you all along.
That's all I got for you, polite savages. As always, like and subscribe. And as always, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.